So in this week's episode, I am going to be showing you off a new little device that we're experimenting with. We call it the Tidal Eye. It's a tool that I believe is going to be super valuable at collecting data. The more data we've got, the better we can manage our farm. And I also just threw together a list of questions that I wrote. I didn't ask ChatGPT. These are my questions that I wanted to ask the group and got their answers. I feel extremely lucky to be working with every one of these guys, and they make me love my job. So, thanks for clicking this video. I hope you enjoy. All right, so what are the benefits of this Tidal Eye? Well, that sensor, it's gonna be tracking the tide every day, and it puts it onto a chart for us. With that chart, we can see trends of it going up or going down. We can also take that data. It's gonna have tides, wind speed, so we'll know if the wind is affecting tides. If we've got two of these devices up, we can track them, one on each side of the river. As the wind's blowing this way, we can see how it's affecting tides. That'll basically help us map the bottom of the river better and just really understand how the water works. It's also got a salinity meter, a water temperature, which is extremely important for safety of harvesting. This intertidal thing will also be able to show how long our oysters have been exposed, and we'll have facts. We'll know exactly to the second, because we just put in the data of how tall our cage is against this machine, and it'll even tell us the percentages of how long these oysters are out of the water. So we'll be able to really fine tune how we're growing these oysters. And then the more data we can collect, we can feed it to AI or whatever large language model with a brain. I don't know what you call it. But so spawning, the stuff catching these cages, that's a problem. Now, if we use that data and we collect it year after year, and then we also use what we know about oyster spawning, we can probably take the two and put them together and figure out when they're going to spawn in this river, or what settings, at what height do they actually set, because I'm sure they're spawning all year round, but how long do the cages need to be out of the water for it to burn off the spat? It's pretty limitless what we can do with this, and I am super excited to have the opportunity to use this thing. Like I said, the company's called Tidal Eye, Tidaleye. They're on Instagram. I think they got a website. It's a new company. The money came from the SOAR program. It's a brother of a farmer that I know. His name is Matt Davey. I don't know if I should say his name online, but I think it's public information. Super cool guy. If you're interested in one of these or have any use, I think, for one of these, I think he might be in the business of selling these. I don't know. But it's an awesome product, and we will keep you up to date on it. Some of my concerns, durability. Now, we solved that by basically keeping it at the dock. This dock is really closely, it's connected to our lease. So the dock isn't, but the water is close enough that the tidal difference is minimal. So we can pretty accurately tell what's on the lease at this tide with this device. So just being able to preserve the item. I would like to see it, more tanked out so these things can go out on the river. And he's got them out there. And it did stay out there for a little bit, but I just thought it was too cool of an object to risk being out there. It's cool. It's absolutely cool. It does not do camera, but the more data that we have, the better that we'll be able to farm. So I'm super happy to see these things. And I'm just looking at the thing right now through the cages. And what it is doing for me, and I've been using this thing like crazy, is it's collecting the tide. You see how the tide's coming down? Well, it is going to tell me that the tide is getting lower. My phone's about to die. Let's see if I can hit this thing. I don't know if you can see this. Sign in. Boom. Look at this thing. So it is showing me that the tide is right at the low part. Boom. And it tracks it. That's 1 day. That's 2 days. So we can see that the low wasn't getting as low as it did the day before. So we can spot trends, and then we can keep that. And it does. Oh my God, it does. There's a lot of really cool stuff. It updates. So the salinity meter's not in there right now just because, but water temp, height. It's a cool thing, and I feel honored to have the opportunity to mess with this guy. Awesome partners with Inland. My mom painted this of me and Phil. He's got no shoes on. It's true. Charleston wanted food. Want some time. Nice. All right. So let's see, we got Creighton McNeil. How long have you been working with us in scuttling?
I've been working with Crystal Coast for about 4.5 years now, I think. Closer to 5.
What is our biggest weakness in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think our biggest weakness, which we continually try and work on, is our disorganized manner of the farm. We have a concept of how everything is and where it sits and what's to be picked next, but those concepts don't always convey to what it actually is.
All right.
But we get the job done.
Biggest weakness. Maybe I should have time to look at these questions. So I
Okay.
don't have any.
Honest opinion.
Biggest weakness, probably our equipment breaking down. Is what it is sometimes.
It's one of our biggest weaknesses. I think development. We live in such a beautiful place, and development is one thing that I haven't figured out how we can stop. And it's impossible to stop. That is truly our biggest weakness as a business. All right, Jeannie, same question for you.
Biggest weakness. We have no weaknesses.
At what point do you think we can call this a success?
I think we can call this a success anytime that we have a river opening and we sell oysters to the public.
Well, I'd say now. I think it's been a success. Like,
Quick
it's a
answers.
full-time job, yeah. Like,
Refrigerators have shellfish drawers.
When I buy a house,
There we go. Did I ask you the question? What's more valuable, $1 million cash or 1 million people smiling?
If those million people are smiling from eating our oysters, I feel like that's a better success.
$1 million smile.
There you go.
$1 million or 1 million smiles. I feel bad that I gotta think about this one. Smile is worthless. Smile is worthless. It's not even a half a penny.
You cannot print a smile. Do you think YouTube is stupid and a waste of time?
I think there are stupid things on YouTube that are a waste of time for some people, but I think it is a great tool for educating people.
Warren Buffett's best investment was public speaking. He said it was a public speaking course. Taught him how to communicate. I think in today's new digital world, YouTube, the public forum. So, learning how to use YouTube, understanding YouTube, I think that's awesome. I think every business in the future will have their own YouTube channel. YouTube is awesome. I love YouTube.
No, I like YouTube. I learn a lot from YouTube. And it's free.
Do you think that we're gonna get oysters cheaper than chicken?
I would like to hope so. I think our biggest obstacle is going to be the children. If we can get the children to look at oysters like they look at chicken nuggets, then we'll be in the ballgame.
Yes.
All right. You've been here for years. Have you ever had a long day where you've considered giving up?
Actually, I think it already is cheaper than chicken. You could argue.
You've been here for years. Have you ever had a day where you considered giving up?
There's been one or two. Those rough winter mornings where the sea's just beating you up, you're cold, you get wet, the wind's ripping. Job's still got to get done though.
For sure.
What kept you
Considered.
going through?
Giving up this?
Yeah.
Nah.
I was gonna say, what kept you going?
Oysters cheaper than chicken.
A great job, and I'm happy doing it, and I'm proud to do it, and it makes better money than some jobs I've ever done. Just like all the reasons, really.
What do you
Just
think about-
tired some days.
What do you think about AI?
It scares the shit out of me, but I think that I want to say it's gonna be for the better of all things, but
Oh, what do I think of AI? I think it's pretty cool. I think that I'm using it right now to edit this video. I think that's one of the first ways it's going to benefit a lot of people. I think it's also going to be a big equalizer, and I think it's going to help the people that use it. Sure, it's in its infancy. Got problems. Is it scary? Yeah. But aren't we just organic intelligence?
It can be used for good. It's a tool, I guess. It can be used for good, but people might get too comfortable with it.
Would you ever work with robots side by side?
If there is a failsafe.
I would absolutely work with a robot. I am looking every day on YouTube at the functions and functionality of robots. Right now, they're working on hands. That's very important for oyster farming. To count or for whatever. But I do see a future with robots working alongside of us, whether it's a scuttlebot that floats and flips bags, or it's a little dog with an arm that just counts in the dark. It can count in the dark. Yeah, no, for sure. And I would. work with them. Yeah.
I would probably work with robots, and I feel like we're gonna be at a point in our lives where you're forced to be working with robots. You're not gonna have a choice.
If you could change one thing about Crystal Coast oysters overnight, what would it be?
That's a great question. I don't know. I don't think there's one thing that I could pinpoint to say, hey, we need to change this or we need to fix this. Like I mentioned earlier, the unorganization sometimes gets in the way, but I feel like every day we're trying to better that.
I don't know. Let's see. Get Thane back. No, I'm just joking. Get like a company mechanic, I guess, or somebody like, I don't know, not like a company mechanic. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of that sucks sometimes. It's just engines not starting.
Bigger dock.
That is a good answer. All right, pick your favorite one out here. What kind of oyster do you like? Size and shape. This is your
Size
random-
and shape.
Yeah, you want one shows up on a plate for you. What are you going for?
A lot of the ones we've been selling lately have been the smaller ones. Our Iki guy, which is a little about that size, but I like mine a little bit bigger than that.
Nice.
I want a little more chew to it.
Got him. Little scuttle squat. We now got to race back to get him back. How was your day?
It's good.
What was the best part of your day?
Best part? Getting to this line. Nice. Man,
What's one fun fact about you?
Yeah, I like soccer a lot. Big soccer guy.
Favorite team?
Liverpool.
Would you ever bet on the Liverpool?
I already have.
Fun facts about me. I like to fish. I like the water.
All right, one final question. What is our biggest strength at Crystal Coast Oysters, in your opinion?
Biggest strength? We're all good friends. We're all strong. We all work hard. Get along.
Quality of our labor and all the guys.
Our biggest strength is planting a lot of oysters, which will hopefully get us to our end goal of chicken being more expensive than oysters. Said that backwards, but
Hey, that's all right.
work it out.
I'll tell you honestly what I think our biggest strength is. I think that we enjoy what we do. I think that makes a huge difference in how we approach the day every day. And I think for that reason, we will always adapt and we will always overcome no matter what happens. Because I think we all truly enjoy our jobs. I don't know. Maybe. People are pretty cool too.